Coach Canada, had the confidence, and it's a group effort, and one guy scores up front, that we all score.
They all followed him in. I mean, it was like an escort.
They did. They were living the dream.
What's Brian done so well to be such a good pass blocker so far this season? I mean, technique-wise, how far has he come?
Well, Brian works hard at being an offensive lineman, and the craft and technique and studying, and just like anything in protection, it starts with everyone around him. So the running backs, the quarterback, and the scheme, and so it's whatever stats out there. It's a group effort. Everyone's part of protection, and the quarterback has a big part to do with it also.
What was his initial reaction when you guys decided to move the offensive line?
I remember, it's been a while, I guess, since that truly happened, but he's a competitor, and he loves Pitt and wants to help this team, and that's the thing about this group, and is they're team players, and they understand that the team come first, and whatever the team needs, they're willing to do.
He seems like a pretty bright, cerebral guy. I mean, did that help in the transition?
Well, there's offensive line is a different mentality from anybody, but he definitely has bought into that O-line mentality and the grind it takes to be in that position.
Is it true what they say, the offensive linemen are the smartest guys on the team?
Oh, I don't know about that, but intelligence does help.
Other than his size and his frame, I mean, what did you kind of see in him that made you think that he could really make this transition? Not only make the transition, but make it quickly. I mean, like the way he did.
Well, any player that moves any position, I think the first thing is their want to, and whether it's going to linebacker to D-line or what have you, the young person's willingness to accept that role and then challenge himself on a daily basis to learn that craft and work at it is the first step. And then, the technique and skill set will come as they work daily.
What was the reaction in the film room to the first sack in about 3 or 4 games?
Well, again, it's part of the whole team, and defenses, they work hard at getting them, and our job starts, with protection, and we take a lot of pride in that. So, it's a personal issue every time that happens.
Does the 3-4 defense present a little bit of a different challenge as far as identifying pass rushers?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of reason people do go, in an odd fronts is to bring pressure from different looks and people, and that's the challenge of facing a team like this, Virginia.
How do you go about, I guess, preparing for that or simulating that this week?
We got great young coaches here at Pitt that do a tremendous job at simulating and studying and working that look for our guys. And today's a Tuesday work day, and you give them different looks, and tomorrow is another work day where you keep showing them looks, and at the end of it, they got to trust their rules and their eyes, and make those decisions on the field.
How many 3-4s have you faced this year?
Everyone has had a package. It's a very typical third down package, so we've prepared for it weekly.
Has there been any use it as a base besides Virginia?
Not a true 3-4, no.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys face one last year as a base?
We faced a 3-3, but not a 3-4. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Thank you, John.
Okay.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
All right.